Hey, how y'all doing on this fine Sunday day? We're having us a beautiful day here today. We're actually up in the low 70s, I believe it got to. Almost downright warm. Anyways, hope y'all's having a good day where y'all's at. Thought I'd give you a look at what I got goings on with my pocket knives. I finally got around and messed with this one here a little bit. With this here acrylic handle. I've showed it several times. But I got a hankering and I recontoured the handles there a little bit. Kind of give them some finger grooves. Put them next to each other and you might be able to see a little bit better. And I got a blade and back spring cut out. And I got the nail nick punched in. Got it heat treated. You actually see the temper color on this side. Kind of has a little bit of a straw goldish color. And of course all this needs cleaned up and everything, but I'm finally getting around to doing something with that one. And I took a hankering on this one and really went nuts with it. These handle scales was a laying there and I got an idea popped in me head for some knife blades. And actually the main one that popped in my head was this shape right here. So I hurried up and chopped me out some metal and drew the outline on with a Sharpie. That way I wouldn't forget. And this blade right here, I was actually going to have one that looked similar to this one. Kind of a spear point or drop point or whatever you want to call it. And I was grinding away on the grinder and this shape ended up coming out. I'm good for that. I don't hold a strong, I don't care a bit to change the pattern as I'm a-going, I guess I should say. But anyways, I got well, of course these nail nicks are punched in. And of course the blades are heat treated and tempered as well. And I just did a kind of a quick cleanup on them. As you can see, there's still some markings on them that I'm gonna have to get out. But got the back springs heat treated and tempered and give them a quick clean up. Actually left the inside dark, which I might do that. And I might acid etch these blades and make them dark. I ain't made up my mind yet. Anyways, and I got them, since I got it all tempered, I got the middle pin in, which got some tension on everything. So I can kind of see how it's going to do. And it's got a nice, light, easy action on it. But they still go into place pretty good. This is actually one of my lighter pulls that I've did. So most anybody, I believe, could open this one without any problem. But the only kicker to that is I think of course it could be how I'm making it, but it's just a touch lazy whenever they shut, I think. And I like it to snap a little bit, so it ain't bad. It's not bad at all, really. But it's, for me and my preference, it's right on the borderline. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes. This here, I'm learning on this because the metal on these is 3/32. Actually, open this one up to compare it. And on my single blades, I do 1/8 inch thick. And if you can see that, there's a decent difference in thickness. There we go. I think you can tell better there. The 3/32 is a lot thinner. So the back springs are a lot thinner. So how you preload them is a little different, because with the metal being thinner, it's not quite as strong as an 1/8 inch thick. Get tongue tied. 1/8 inch thick still. There, I got it out. So that's part of the reason why these are a little lazier than or lighter than I intended, which is borderline lazy in my opinion. But it's still pretty nice, which I get everything pinned together and, you know, squaws and everything to keep everything from wiggling. Well, that's going to be another issue that I'll have to see how that goes. But right now, as you can see, they're butted up just flush against each other, blades and the back springs. There isn't a spacer in between them. So I'm going to have to cut me out another piece of the liner material, and that will go in between the two springs and the two blades. And of course I'll just make another line down the middle on the back springs, but you won't notice it on the blades because I'm going to have it contoured just like the back springs, except when it comes up to the blades, I'm going to have like a little rounded spot to come up in between the blades here, kind of act like a bushing in between them. That way, whenever you go to open one, which honestly it ain't bad now, but once everything's pinned together tight, they'll kind of drag against each other. And with that liner in the center, in between the blades, just in the hinge area, that'll act like a bushing, and it'll keep them from dragging against each other. Make it do a little bit smoother anyways. Long story short. that kind of got long-winded, but anyways. I still gotta clean up. This right here is 36 grit, so it's still real rough. You can see all the sand scratches in it, all the way up to this peak right here. But on the front end here, if I can hang on to it, I've got these belt finished up to a 400 grit belt on the spines. Of course, up to that peak there, of course. And I gotta do a little bit of work because that ain't totally square, which that ain't gonna be too awful bad to fix. There's something a little different, place where you can rest your thumb whenever you're holding it on either one of them. That was kind of one of those ideas that kind of happened, well, whenever I was actually shaping this one. Kind of come to me, and I added it onto my secondary blade as well. Anyways, of course this is that, oh, mine just went blank. That's acrylic around maple. That's what it is. Maple wood with acrylic around it. Handlewood scales, and I think that's a piece of burl from the look of it. Anyways, I've had dirty fingers and everything, so it's kind of darkened down good. Of course, when I sand it and finish it out, it'll be lighter than it is, but I think that's going to be a pretty neat little knife. Anyways, there's a look at what I got going on right now on my workbench. I hope y'all are having a fantastic Sunday, and I'll talk to y'all later.